Viewers, I'm not sure what happened. I have no idea. Facebook just ended the live. So if you get on here, please share to be a blessing. I have no idea what just happened. I have no idea what happened. I have no idea what happened to the other line. I was sitting here still talking, but it looked like Facebook just ended up or ended it for some reason. Not sure if they're having issues with um their thing, but it just went off. So if you get on here, please let me know. If you get on here, let me know if George, back the invite. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm not sure what is going on with Facebook. I'm not sure what's going on because I just started it again and it looks like it got what you call it. Okay, let's do this. I might have to recopy and I'm sending you back the invite now. Let me know if you can join. Not sure what's happening. It says adding you. Not sure what happened. Let me know. Viewers, if you join us now, sorry about that. The first link for some weird reason went off. Please share again to be a blessing to others, to us. Share to be a blessing to us, to be a blessing to others for us. The first one went off for some weird reason. So we were talking about standing tall when the Facebook gave up on us, and I'm even trying to bring somebody on, but I can't for some weird reason. I have no idea what's going on with Facebook lately. So we're talking about standing tall. I guess we have to restart again since the other one was deleted. So, Sama, thanks back for joining on here. The first one just went off on us. So we're talking about standing tall. I said stand up, stand out, and stand tall. All right. Sometimes you need to stand on your own 2 feet. Sometimes you need to stand on your own. Sometimes you need to be able to, yes, take others' decision, take others' advice, but pick up what is best for you, right? Pick up what is best for you. When that decision comes, is given, or when that advice is given to you, the first one that we were having, the once somebody wrote that where we come from, which is back home, people have made it in such a way that you end up, you end up not, how do I put it, needing to take what others say. And I was telling that person that it shouldn't be so. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be that way. After, at the end of the day, whenever you are given that advice, you have to decide to pick up what you need to pick up from. You have to decide and ask yourself, will this decision benefit me? Will this decision be beneficial to whatever I am doing or be beneficial to. Will it be beneficial to me at the end of the day? George, let me know if you've seen the request or not. I am not sure what is happening. Now it says connection failed. Not sure. So you gotta stand tall in all you do. Believe in yourself that you can do it. Believe that come what may, you need to be on your own. Come what may, you need to take that decision. Come what may. It doesn't matter what the odds look like. It doesn't matter what the situation look like. It doesn't matter how things seem. You gotta stand tall. You gotta stand tall on your own. You got to stand tall in all you do. You got to stand tall in order to be able to move ahead or move an extra step forward. Let's see. You got to stand up. Stand up for yourself. Stand up tall at the end of the day. Even if it means that you standing by yourself, even if it means that you standing alone, even if it means that people will go away from you, then do that. Or people would not relate with you anymore, then do that. Because there's not every situation or every decision that you need to take with somebody else. I said it is not the height at which we stand, but it is how we stand in that height. It is not how tall we stand. It is not how far we've gone. It is not how high we've been. It is how well we stand in that situation. How we stand in that height, how we stand in that situation is what matters. Let me share that again on my personal page. So stand tall. Stand tall in all you do. Sometimes I know it is so hard. Sometimes I know you want somebody's opinion so bad for them to tell you that, hey, keep going. But it's not all the time that you need that. Most of the time you need to be just on your own. Most of the time you need to do things on your own. Most of the time you need to stand on your own. You need to stand on your own. Sometimes that's what you need to do. I said, stand tall, proud, and know that you are unique in your own way. Yes, maybe in our community, they expect you to always seek advice. They expect you to always ask for people's opinion. But no, it is about time you define that all. It is about time you do things differently. Because guess what? maybe not everybody want to see you grow. Maybe not everybody want to see you succeed. Maybe not everybody want to see you doing well. And so yes, you have given yourself, or you've taken that notion and said to yourself that, hey, yes, in our community, that's what we do. And you always seeking advice. But you've also realized that every time you seek people's opinion, things turn out to go left. And yet somebody will say you have the evidence right in front of you, but yet you are how do I put it? You're not paying attention to it. You're not paying attention to it. You are giving in to anything and everything that comes your way. You are giving into it. For everybody, anything that anybody tells you, you pick it. Anything that you get somebody to tell you, you take it. But it is not working for you. It is changing the way your results needs to be. And yet you are sitting there. Yet you are sitting there. Maybe you think that, oh, in this time and in this season where Christ gave his life for us, or where we are celebrating Easter, if I don't have the money, then I'm not part of the coolest gang. Let me put it that way. But that is where standing tall comes in. That is where you need to stand up high on it and say that indeed, even if I don't have the means to celebrate, people think that it is all about celebration. Yeah, Easter Monday, Easter Friday, let's go show. No. It is time to ponder over things. It is time to ask yourself, am I standing tall enough? Am I doing what I am supposed to do? Stand up tall for your own benefit. Stand up tall for your own gain and not somebody else. Do not let anybody tell you any different. That, hey, you can do this and you can do that and you can. Meanwhile, you know that whatever that the person is saying doesn't really match up to where you have to go to or what you are doing. And yet you are sitting there. As I was saying before the line went up, I said, you do not need anybody's approval when it comes to you and you and you alone. Sometimes you need to be selfish. Do what will benefit you. Do what will end up giving you the results that you need. That is what you need to do. Stand a little taller, stand a little higher, and stand a little better in all you do. Know for a fact that you are able to bend and yet come back to your former state. You are able to bend and yet move on in life. You are able to bend in life and yet keep going. You are able to bend regardless what comes. And still stand tall. I wrote here, I said, whenever you feel like you are losing everything, remember the tree always loses everything, loses its leaves throughout the year, and yet still stand tall, and yet still stand up high with their chest up high. That is what you need to do. Yes, situations might seem they're going left. Yes, things might seem they're not working for you. Yes, everything might seem they're crashing in on you. Yet stand tall because you know that you are able to bend a little. You are able to cry a little and still stand tall. So keep standing. Keep standing. Keep pushing through. Keep pushing through. I said, show Show the world what you are made of. Stand tall. Stand for what you believe in. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. I see so many people have that great idea, have that potential, have a lot of insight, a lot of good thought, a lot of big dreams, but yet they get spoken out of it because they went for, how do I put it? Because they seek counsel from somebody else, and that person told them that, hey, this thing that you're doing, it won't work. And they just there. They just sitting there. One second. Because somebody told you, hey, if you do this, then it won't work. If you do that, it won't work. If you do that, and so you are just following their decision, and you're not moving on. You're not standing tall. Yes, they might give. Thanks for joining me, Jemima. Yes, they might give you that advice, but at the end of the day, it is you and you and you alone. It's solely you. You have to make that decision to stand tall. Because even though the tree loses its leaves throughout the year, it still stands tall. It still decides that, hey, do I want to give up or do I want to keep moving? It's up to you. Thanks for joining again, Benedicta. I said, you are strong enough to stand tall tirelessly. We are brave enough to bend and cry because we know that we have what it takes to keep moving on, or we have what it takes to laugh again. So stand tall. And I wrote, how nice and beautiful is it that we can stand tall and say, I fell apart, but I survived. I fell apart, but I survived. Things were not going well for me, but I survived. Things were hitting me left, right, center, but I stood tall. How nice it is. To be able to say that. How nice it is. How nice is that? How nice is that? How beautiful is it to be able to say that? To be able to say that on your own, that I fell apart. Things were not going well for me. Things were hitting me left, right, center. I didn't know what to do, but I stood tall. I survived it. How well is that? How nice does that sound? Sometimes you need to stand up for what you believe in. Sometimes you need to stand up for what you think is right for you. People might say otherwise. People might think that that is not the right decision for you. People might think that that is not the right way to go. If you know in your heart, if you believe in your heart that this is what you need or this is what you need to do. Sometimes that's what you need to do. And I said, in standing tall, dream big. Don't just stand tall and not do what you're supposed to do. Don't just stand tall and not keep pushing. Don't just stand tall and just stand tall for standing sake. Don't do that. I said, in standing tall, be proud. Realize confidence is something money cannot buy. So let it radiate from within. Yes, that person gave you that advice, right? And you think that their advice is more important than what you need or what you have. Maybe sometimes it is, but maybe sometimes you need to take your own decision. As King Sumpi said earlier on, he said that where we come from, they've made it in such a way that we have to seek people's advice. It's true. They've made it in that way. But in so doing, people are refusing, or people are failing to move on. People are failing to stand tall. People are failing to do what they are supposed to do. Because why? They sought advice and that person told them not to do what they thought of doing, or not to go ahead with their dreams, or not to pursue what they wanted to pursue. And so they left it at that. They let down that dream. They let down that decision without going ahead. And that thing has come back to bite them. Now they are regretting for not standing tall. Why? Because they took that person's advice. As I said, if that advice is an addition to what you have to keep going, then take it. But if you prayed about it, if you've done some soul searching, if you thought really hard about it, and you think that that decision will benefit you, do not let anybody stop you. Stand tall. Stand tall. Stand tall. Stand tall. And don't sell yourself short. You have so many potentials, but you are selling yourself short because you are not standing tall. You are selling yourself short because somebody is telling you that, hey, you cannot do this. It doesn't matter how many no's you get. It doesn't matter how many failures you get. Keep standing tall and keep moving. Keep standing tall and keep moving. Keep standing tall and keep moving. It doesn't matter what they say, how they say it. You know for a fact that that thing will be beneficial to you. You know for a fact that come what may, if you are able to go through that struggle, if you are able to go through that education, it will be beneficial to you at the end of the day. So why don't you keep moving? Why don't you stand with your chest up, with your head high, and keep moving? I said, never sell yourself short. Stand tall. Never be ashamed of who you are. You are beautiful, loved, and needed. So yes, it might seem that things are going left, right, center, and not your way. Keep standing. Keep standing because you are worth every bit of it. Every bit of that process, you are worth it. Every bit of that time, you are worth it. So keep standing. Keep standing. Stand tall. Remember that people will hate, shake, and break you, but it is how strong you are is what makes the difference, or what makes you. In standing tall, people will talk about you. In standing tall, people will say that, oh, when she asks for advice and we give her, she doesn't even take it. Or when she needs help and we help her, she doesn't even take it. Let them talk. Let them break you down. Let them tear you apart. But in all, stand tall. In all, stand tall. They might say that, oh, yeah, when she needed help, she came to me, or when he needed help, he came to me. But when I gave him or her an advice, they didn't take it. Maybe that advice you gave to that person wasn't good enough. Maybe it wasn't in line with what they were looking for. How about that? Maybe it wasn't good. You thought it was good, but that person that you given that decision or that advice to said, this is not good for me. This will not help me in what I'm dealing with. This will not help me in my situation. So I am not taking it. Stand tall. I wrote here, I said, remember that standing alone doesn't mean you are alone. It means you are strong enough to handle things by yourself. Most of us are afraid to be by ourselves. Most of us are afraid to do things on our own. Most of us are afraid to stand tall on our own. We're too scared to stand tall. We're too scared to stand on our own. We're too scared to take decisions on our own. We're too scared to go ahead and do that thing that we want so bad. We're too scared. Because we are afraid of being alone. Because we are afraid of what people will say. Because we are afraid of how things will turn out if it doesn't go well, what people will say. But let them break you down. Let them say that, yeah, we told her so that, yes, you've tried, you've seen it. How then are you going to know if that thing will work for you or not by just following that person's advice? How would you know? But then again, let's flip the table. If you did not go ahead, if you did not take that decision, if you did not go pursue that dream of yours, and you end up realizing at the end of the day that, I shouldn't have taken what this person was telling me. Imagine how you will feel. So take the two scenarios. Take the one that you went ahead because you thought that person's decision or that person's advice wasn't good enough, and you went ahead and it went well for you. And take the other decision where you took that person's advice, but yet things didn't go well. Or you ended up realizing that, oh, you would have done way better if you had went on that journey. Imagine how you beat yourself. So in standing alone, that doesn't mean you are alone. It means that you are strong enough to handle things, to handle those tough things on your own. If you fell yesterday, stand tall today. If you fell 2 days ago, stand tall today. If yesterday didn't work out for you, keep standing tall. Keep going on. Standing tall doesn't mean just standing and not doing anything. But that means that whatever you did that did not work, keep trying. Keep trying. It goes hand in hand with you handling no's. It doesn't matter how many no's people tell you. It doesn't matter how many no's you get. Keep trying. The fact that that school did not accept you doesn't mean that you're not good enough. The fact that that job, that employer rejected your application doesn't mean you are not good enough. Keep standing tall. And I wrote here again. I think I wrote this thing more than twice because it makes sense. I said, if you feel like you are losing everything, remember trees loses their leaves every year and they still stand tall and wait for a better day to come. That is the word right there. Keep standing tall and waiting for a better days to come. So your situation might be sad today. Your circumstances might be worse today, but keep standing tall, waiting for a brighter day tomorrow. Keep standing tall, waiting for a brighter tomorrow. Keep standing tall, waiting for a better chance tomorrow. That is what we need to do. Stand tall against all adversity. It is what makes you strong, or what makes you unique. And remember, in so doing, no circumstances is permanent, or no situation is permanent. So stand tall, even if those moments feel like it's drowning you. And I wrote here, guys, said, be like the sunflower and stand tall, even in the days of darkness, so that you can find that sunlight. People will tell you, oh, this is my situation, dear. It's been there for a while. Oh. Tell them to keep standing. Tell them to keep moving. Tell them that it will be okay. As far as they do not give up and stand tall, as far as they do not throw in the towel and stand tall. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be next tomorrow, but it will surely be better. It will surely be better. It will surely be better. So that situation that feels like it is choking you and you want to give up so bad, that dream that feels like it is unreachable, that you want to let go of it, that education that feels like, hey, will I be able to do this? Can I even go ahead and take these courses? Stand tall. It is not the beginning of the thing that matters. It is the end. At the end of the day, how well you have gone will matter. How good you did will matter than the beginning, when things were looking sad, when things were looking rough, when things didn't seem to go the way you wanted it to go. That is what you need to look at. I said the beauty of a person comes from standing tall for what you believe in and showing confidence in yourself that you can make a difference. Showing confidence. Some of us, the confidence is not in our books. Some of us, we are too shy to even speak to people about what we are dealing with or what we're going through. Some of us, we're too shy. Why? Because we think that people will look down on us. Because we think that people would label us. There is always a saying that a problem shared is half solved. Why is it half solved? Maybe you do not have that ability to find that result, or to find that, to brainstorm. Maybe that person has it. So even though we are saying that pick and choose what decision or what advice work for you in your situation, it is also of importance that if you think that you are getting drowned, talk to somebody that will help you, that you know for a fact that they will help you stand tall, not somebody who would break you down even when you are down already. We rise by helping others up. We rise by giving people the momentum to move on. We rise by giving people the resources to move on. So maybe you don't need to stand tall now. Maybe somebody close to you need to stand tall and they don't know what to do. They think that they'll be pulled down furthermore when they come to you. It is that time that you reach out to them. In standing tall means helping others too. In standing tall means that you need to push others when they don't want to push themselves. In standing tall means that sometimes you need to do what nobody wants to do. That is standing tall. That is knowing for a fact that come what may, I might not see the result now. I might not know what my tomorrow holds, but I know for a fact that if I keep pressing on, I know for a fact that if I keep standing tall, I know for a fact that if I do not give up and I keep moving on, I will surely get to where I need to get to. I salute the oil on your life, Papa. I see my father on here, right? Reverend Abraham Nyankful on here, the prophet. Thanks for joining, Daddy. So in standing tall means that you will go through what you have to go through to get to where you have to get to. Don't be afraid to stand alone sometimes. Sometimes that is what it needs in order for you to break through. Sometimes that's all it needs. You forgoing everything. Stand tall. Oh, if this person does not give me their opinion, I cannot move on. Really? What if that advice they are giving you is the wrong one? Oh, I applied for that job and I was rejected, so I'm not applying anymore. Really? You are not standing tall in this situation. You are giving up. You are throwing in the towel when you're not supposed to do. I said earlier on, I said, it doesn't matter how many no's you get. It is the zeal and the will to stand tall, the zeal and the will to push through. That is what matters. That is why I said, don't be afraid to stand alone. Because in standing alone means that you have what it takes to handle those stronger things or those stronger winds that comes your way. Stand tall. Oh, but I asked for this person's opinion and they didn't give me what I needed, so I don't know what to do. You do know what to do. Why? Because in the first place, you were able to come up with that idea that, hey, this is what I want to do. But I was in need of somebody's insight. Maybe you are stuck. I am in need of somebody's insight in order to move on or in order to make my final decision. That is okay. That is you not giving up. That is you laying your options out there. But if that decision or if that advice that person is giving you is not the right one, you are of no obligation to take it. That is where you see the result that you've gotten or the advice that you've gotten. You choose and pick, or you pick each one and you digest it to see how best it would benefit you, how well it would benefit you, how well it will support you in getting to where you need to get to. And if you do that and that is not good enough, then you gotta let it go. You gotta leave it out of your variables that you have. But don't ever throw in the towel. Stand tall. A man is measured by how tall he stands in times of adversity, in times of trouble, in times of breaking down. Let me put it that way. That is when a man is measured. That is when people measure you to see how well you are able to stand. So you think that is the time for you to give up? That is the time you have to do everything and anything to stand tall. That is the time you have to do anything and everything to keep your head up high. Because if you were to be left for the enemy alone, you would let go. You would give in. You would say that you are done. But because we are made in such a way that we are able to withstand anything and everything that comes our way, we are able to stand tall. We are able to stand tall. It doesn't matter how things go. It doesn't matter how things look like. It doesn't matter how things seem like. Keep standing. And not just standing, but keep standing tall. Keep standing knowing that this is only for a brief moment. Keep standing knowing that this is only for a short amount of time. Keep standing knowing that when you keep pressing on, you will surely get to where you need to get to. So yes, though we have the mentality back home that, hey, if you're doing something big, you need to seek advice. Sometimes it is good and sometimes it is not. Sometimes certain things you have to do it on your own. So let's stand tall. Let's do our very best to keep standing. Let's do our very best to keep pushing. I always say it is not over until you yourself say it is over. So if you have the strength, if you have the zeal, if you have the ability to move on, then keep standing. I always also say that God does not give us anything that we cannot handle. He does not give us anything that we will not be able to handle. So keep standing tall. You were made for that. Keep standing tall. You are able and you will be able to withstand it. Don't say that my situation is so much hard. My situation is dying, so I cannot keep going on. You have to keep pushing through. You have to keep pushing through. Because that shows how brave, that shows how confident, that shows how passionate you are about that thing that you are looking for. And when we do that, we would have less had I knows. Because why? We took our time. Regardless what came our way, we stood up tall. Regardless what came our way, we stood up high. Regardless how it felt like we were standing alone, we stood up high and tall because we knew that we are able to do that. Thanks for joining Prophetic Alfred. Thanks for joining Justina. I said, remember, people would break you down. People would shake you down. People would laugh at you. They will hate you when all odds are looking at, hey, this thing will not work, but yet still you are standing tall. People will say all sorts of things about you. But remember, nothing that they say matters if you know exactly what you want and you are going for it. Can I say that again? It doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter how many times they break you down. It doesn't matter how many times they hit on you. It doesn't matter how many times they say all sorts of things about you. As far as you know that this thing will yield result, as far as you know that this thing would end up benefiting me and my family, and I am going for it, come what may. That is all that matters. That is all that matters. In standing alone doesn't mean you are alone. In standing alone means that you have the strength, means that you've given the ability, means that you have the capability to stand whatever has come your way. Hold on to it. Stand up high. Stand up tall. It is only for a brief moment. It is only to test and see that, hey, will he or she be able to stand if I throw this in his or her way? Will she or him be able to stand if I bring this his or her way? Maybe in this season you are thinking that, hey, it's Easter. Everybody is celebrating. Yes, Christ has died for us, but today is Holy Saturday. Monday is Easter Monday, and most countries it's holidays. People are going to enjoy, and I don't have anything. That shouldn't be something that breaks you. What should matter to you now is that through it all, you've been able to stand. Maybe you had dealt with something way bigger than you not having mere funds to celebrate, or you not having mere money to enjoy yourself. Maybe things have gone way far lower than that. You were able to stand. You were able to go through that. You don't know how. You don't know what you did, but you were able to go through that. So it is time that you go back and take that mentality. Whatever you did back in whatever you're facing now. Maybe physically it might not seem possible, because when you look at yourself, maybe it doesn't, you don't know if you can even continue to stand. But I'm here to tell you, you can. You can and you will. As far as you don't throw in the towel, as far as you don't give up, as far as you don't let go, as far as you don't say to yourself that, hey, I have tried and I don't want to continue anymore. But I know for a fact that on here, this is not our story. I know for a fact that we are going to do our very best and keep standing tall. Come what may, regardless of what comes our way, we are going to stand tall. We are going to do our very best to keep pushing. Yes, it might seem that education is not going to happen. It might seem that way only if you give in. It might seem that way only if you throw out the towel. It might seem that way only if you give up. If that school said no to you, maybe you don't belong there. If that employer said no to you, maybe you don't belong there. Maybe God is preparing you for something better. Maybe you are being pruned for something great. So how about you keep standing tall? How about you keep standing upright? How about you keep pushing through? And you realize that at the end of the day, things will start falling in places for you. Your stars will start aligning for you. Let us stand tall this week ahead, and the weeks ahead, and the years ahead. Let us keep standing tall in all our ways, in all the things that come our way, in all the things that we do. Let us keep standing tall, and the results will be great. Thank you so much for joining me. And sorry about that. I did not know what happened earlier on Facebook again. And then the initial live that we were on. But thank you all for making time to join in us again one more time. If you don't know what this is a Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. We come your way every Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, 11 a.m. GMT time. So we do this, and then we do other things, which is visiting the needy and all in the community as well. But we do this here every Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, 11 a.m. GMT, as we learn from each other, as we pick ideas from each other. As I always say, I might not know everything, so we learn from each other on here. So if you join us here, please hit on the follow button on our website or on our Facebook page. And then when we come on here, you'll be able to join us every time we come on here. If you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda Akrufi, and I am your host and founder of ADOEI. To my team, George, Anaman, Eben, Dennis, Benedicta, Edward, Pell, God bless you so much for seeing the vision, for seeing what this carries, and following me and supporting me to take this course to the next level. To my board of directors, Reverend Harriet, Doc, Prophet Ija Abraham, Mr. and Mrs. Harvey, thank you all so much for your advice for this organization and for this non-profit organization. Let me put it that way. Thank you all so much for your support and your time and your resources that you've been giving to us. To my son and my husband, Michael and Michael Sr., thank you all so much for the support that you've been giving to me. Until I come your way again next week, let us keep pushing this out there. Somebody needs it. Somebody needs to hear this. You might be I'll always say, you might be somebody's source of blessing by sharing this to them. So let us put this on all other platforms, Facebook, Twitter, all other groups on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that, Telegram. Let us push it out there so somebody else might be blessed. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to my fans, my audience, to you that are watching me, or that takes time every Saturday morning to come on here to support and hold my hand to push this vision. Thank you all so much. I say that may God bless you, may God increase you, may God honor you as you've always taken the time to support us. May He always support you. May He always answer you in time of need. Until I come your way again next week, let's keep the conversation going. I sign out. Have a blissful Saturday and have a fruitful week ahead. Bye for now.